Muay Thai, or Thai boxing, is the national sport of Thailand. Known as the art of 8 limbs, Muay Thai contests allow the use of punches, kicks, knees, and elbows, as well as standing grappling techniques. Throughout the Kingdom of Thailand, Muay Thai gyms and stadiums can be found, from remote rural villages to the most modern cities. Muay Thai is an integral part of Thai culture. Today's art of Muay Thai has its roots on the battlefields of ancient Southeast Asia, when Thailand, known then as Siam, was frequently at war with kingdoms of Burma and Cambodia. The Siamese warriors used their fists, elbows, knees, and feet in combination with weapons to defeat their enemies. The combat art first started to be practiced as a sport during the 17th century, when King Prechau Sua ordered that soldiers compete against each other to keep them sharp during times of peace. From these competitions, many different styles of Muay Thai developed around the country, and fighters from different regions often competed against each other in card-chuek fights. In these bouts, the fighters' hands were wrapped in rope and there were no referees. In the early 1920s, Muay Thai became modernized with the introduction of boxing rings, gloves, referees, timed rounds, and weight classes. In 1941, the first permanent Muay Thai stadium was built in the Rajadamnern area of Bangkok, and the top fighters of the sport still compete there to this day. Thai fighters start training and competing at an early age, many as young as 7 years old. Training is rigorous, with fighters rising early to run 10 kilometers. In the afternoon, the fighters return to camp for more intense training, practicing their strikes on pads and bags, refining their timing and reactions during sparring, building their strength with long sessions of grappling, fortifying the endurance of their body and mind with intense conditional exercises. Come fight night, the fighters are in top physical condition. Muay Thai fights are held in many different venues, from rings set up at village fairs to the giant stadiums of Bangkok. Regardless of where they are held, there are some key aspects that remain the same. Before each bout, the fighters perform a ritual dance called the Wai Kru Ro Muay. This dance is done to pay respect to the fighters' trainers, families, and ancestors. A live band play traditional music during the Wai Kru and continue playing music during the fight itself. As the fight goes on, the tempo of the music increases, urging the fighters to fight harder. Muay Thai contests are fought over 5 3-minute rounds, with the winner being decided by knockout, doctor's stoppage, or judge's decision if the bout goes the distance. Big cash bonuses are offered to fighters who knock out their opponents with particularly spectacular techniques. These include the kick to the head, the spinning elbow, the flying knee, the spinning heel kick. Today, Muay Thai is an international sport with people from all over the world traveling to Thailand to learn the art in its motherland. Some train to compete in the Muay Thai ring, others want to learn the techniques to apply them in other combat sports, while many more practice purely for fitness and self-defense. In December 2016, Muay Thai was granted provisional recognition for the International Olympic Committee, and the sights are now set on Muay Thai becoming an Olympic sport in the future.